now you got Boots Ennis who's in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, you know.
Man, great. Bud always been like that. Without a question, solid. You know what I'm saying? Solid.
You think there's anything left for him, Coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him probably going
I
to
wouldn't
160.
do nothing crazy. He looked at excellent. Hey, Walaikum Salam. He looked at excellent.
Is there
What surprised you
anybody?
the most from
No, I'm trying to figure out what their team gonna do next. I want to see what's
He's
next.
talking about 160, Coach. I mean, the only thing down there is maybe like a middleweight tournament, 2 fights undisputed, something like that. But if not that, then what for Bud?
Who?
Well, they were talking about Jaron Ennis going to 160, possibly going. Jaron Ennis going to 160.
If he go to 160, then we got another mega fight.
You think that's a mega fight? You think
I don't know that yet, but I'm saying in the boxing fans that know boxing would say that's another mega fight.
Stay away from it. And by the way, there's this brother coming up, Molly. His name is Boots Ennis. This brother's special. You don't want to go in the ring against after that beating. Molly, it was so bad. I swear to y'all, I am not exaggerating. Yeah. You know how.
Terence Bud Crawford has shocked the world once again. Fresh off the biggest win of his career dethroning Canelo Alvarez and becoming the first man in history to become undisputed in 3 weight classes. Crawford jumped on a live interview and finally said the words fans have been waiting for.
Everything you said about fighting not being there spiritually, mentally, you think that might have affected Canelo, or that was just a skill difference was too wide?
You know, I do think he was a little mentally tired. He's been at that level for a long time.
Right.
He saw 11 fights in 4 years. That's a lot.
Timing was perfect for Crawford.
Yeah.
He said it himself at the press conference. He said timing was everything. Perfect timing, everything.
That's right.
His whole career was on timing.
He was mentally tired, but you got to give Crawford his credit, man. To keep your mind that mentally fresh and sharp and go out there and perform like that, that's a win itself. Not even just beating your opponent. For your mind to be that fresh, come fight next.
It's a reason.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all? It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course, congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Just do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
He's ready to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. That's right. One of the most avoided fighters in boxing and one of the most dangerous young champions in the sport. And now the man many already call the GOAT is lining Boots up next. This fight could be a passing of the torch, a clash of eras, or the moment Crawford proves once and for all that he's untouchable. Let's break it down. Terence Crawford didn't just beat Canelo Alvarez, he turned boxing upside down. Before the fight, everyone doubted him. Could a guy who made his name at 135, 140, and 147 really handle a natural 168-pound beast like Canelo?
Bud got a 160. I think Bud should do what he want to do. Are you going to the Crawford parade on Saturday? I believe I am going. Yes, I believe that I am going. I have to look at my schedule and stuff.
But Crawford didn't just survive. He dominated. He outboxed, outsmarted, and outclassed Canelo over 12 rounds to win a clear decision.
Canelo couldn't really keep up with him. He was too fast. His feet, footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically won every round, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of
Hell
boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
greatest of all time, or
Greatest of all time.
yeah?
I don't feel like it can never be one great,
Yeah.
but he definitely one of the greatest of all time for sure.
That win didn't just give him Canelo's undisputed crown. It cemented him as the pound-for-pound #1 fighter on the planet. No excuses, no debate. Crawford is the man.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
And after that fight, the question wasn't whether he's great. The question became whether he's the greatest of all time. But greatness always comes with a target.
Terence Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fights to show how great he is.
Jaron Boots, Ennis has been circling Crawford's name for years. Undefeated with 34 wins and 30 knockouts, he's a fighter so avoided at welterweight that opponents openly admitted they didn't want the smoke. Boots is fast, explosive, and ruthless in the ring, and at 27, he's right in his prime.
A lot of people compare Ennis with Crawford, but Ennis always says he's got a completely different style, and the only similarity is they both switch. Do you agree with that?
I 100% agree with that. Me personally, I think that Terence Crawford boxes a hell of a lot more in the moment, phenomenal fighter in the moment. And I think Ennis is a lot more of a chess.
Fans have always wondered what would happen if Crawford, the master technician, faced Boots, the hungry young lion. Now, it's no longer just a fantasy. Crawford has agreed to make it happen.
What about the Terence Bud Crawford fight? I'm tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering those questions, you know. And if a fight happened, it happened. You know, I wanted it to happen, but if not, yeah.
On a live interview after the Canelo fight, Crawford didn't dodge the question. When asked about Boots, he said he's open to it. The boxing world went wild. Why? Because Crawford didn't have to take this fight. He could retire undefeated at 42-0 and walk away a legend. Instead, he's talking about Boots, the fighter most others won't even mention.
That's the fight that everybody wants to see.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Do you respect him as like when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so.
I understand it, but don't lie or cap to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called and we said you never heard nothing else back about it. So
right.
I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't be capping on the net. Acting like this, acting like
That's why fans love Crawford. He doesn't just take big fights. He takes the fights people say he shouldn't.
Who do you like watching now?
Terence Crawford, one of my favorites to watch now. I love Terence Crawford, and I like to watch NUA too. NUA can fight. And you know who else I like to watch though? I like to watch Boots.
Oh, okay.
Boots, yeah. I love watching Boots. Boots got game. People don't understand Boots got game. You know what I mean? Boots, every now and then he messes on the defense a little bit, but Boots got game.
Boots versus Terence Crawford.
Now, Boots hasn't proven himself enough to tell me for me to say that he gonna beat Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford is a different kind of animal.
Proven.
You feel me? Proven stud. You understand where I'm coming from? But Boots, if anybody could be Bud in the future, it would probably be a Boots, because Boots got enough tools to be.
So, what weight would Crawford versus Ennis even happen at? Boots is the current WBA welterweight champion at 147, while Crawford has moved up, fighting at 154. And just shocking the world at 168. There's no way he's dropping back to welterweight. Most likely, the fight happens at 154, maybe even 160. Boots has the frame to move up, and Crawford at 38 probably doesn't want to drain his body. So 154 or 160 makes sense.
I'm trying to tell you, 154, man, it's mine. 154 is mine, and they're gonna see, you know, and they're gonna see, you know, just stay tuned. And like I said, when I handle business October 11th, you're gonna see.
And honestly, that's where things get dangerous. At higher weights, Crawford is slower but still technical, while Boots is young, powerful, and still growing into his frame. That's what makes this matchup so intriguing. Here's a wild fact. Boots actually helped Canelo train for the Crawford fight.
Hello, first things first. A lot has been made about your sparring session with Boots, with Boots Ennis. How did that happen? What happened?
I cannot say much, but he called us and say if he can go and sparring with me and everything. I say, of course, right? A fighter like me, we always want great sparrings because there is the thing, right? And I have history with the family because 14 years ago, his older brother helped me for Sugar Shane Motley and Alfonso Gomez. So it's Derek Ennis. So he helped me. So he was 14 years old at that time, by the way. And it was good, very good. And I'm very grateful with him because he made that time to go and give me a...
That's right. Boots sparred and worked with Team Canelo to prepare for Bud. He was part of the game plan to figure Crawford out.
Now it's here, Keith.
Let's
Ready?
go, man.
Yeah, of course, baby.
Going this way?
Yeah,
man. You know, it's a fight you ain't gonna want to miss, man. One time back. I told you the comeback 2025 is the key.
What do you think about Ennis joining Canelo for the Crawford camp?
Hey, good stuff.
Think that matters?
That's beautiful.
Anywhere.
That's beautiful, man. You know, when you.
It's a good move.
That's world class. That's, you know, I mean, it's the best switch hitter he can get. That's not his opponent, you know. It's champions working with champions, you know. In the modern day and age, man, you don't get that a lot, you know. It reminds me back when I was supposed to fight Malta with Maidana, and I got Sean Porter for sparring.
Thank you, boss. You're the best.
You know, so I like it.
But the irony? Canelo still lost. Now imagine this. Boots knows what it's like to prepare for Bud, and Bud knows what it's like to beat the guy Boots was helping.
He's not me.
Yeah.
You know, as much as a lot of people, you know, say we have similarities and, you know, we switch a lot and we fight a lot. He's not me, you know, and I'm not him, so.
Yeah. Tim had said comparison that like he's like a Chrysler 300 and you're like a Bentley.
Yeah, like, once again, like, he's not me. You know, he's trying to get to where I'm at. You know, he's where he at, I'm where I'm at. You know, he got a long way to go.
This isn't just a fight, it's personal. Boots could see it as redemption. Crawford could see it as proving a point. You helped the guy who tried to beat me, and I still won. Now I'll beat you too. The boxing world is buzzing. Some pundits, like Max Kellerman, say Crawford should keep fighting. He's proven he can beat anyone at any weight. Others, like Eddie Hearn, think he should walk away now. Retire undefeated and protect the legacy.
Sorry? Should Crawford retire? Do you know what? Someone said the other day, and it's very true, because I actually said it about Usyk. We've got a real tendency, haven't we, to kind of try and retire people off. Do you know what I mean? Like I said with Usyk, I think now he should retire. And everyone's like, why do you want him to retire? It's like, I just think it's a great way to go out. I actually also think that Crawford could move down and win a world title at 160. And that would make him, what, 6 division champ? 5, 35, 40, 47, 54, 6 division champion. But the problem is Terence Crawford now is really only going to want to fight for big money. And there's only certain fights that can generate that kind of money. So Shakur, he was obviously very close to him, seemed to say, so maybe that's it.
And then there are fighters like Boots himself calling for Crawford to test himself again. Pundits say Crawford has nothing left to prove, but fans want to see if the old lion can tame the young one. This is what makes boxing beautiful, the generational clashes.
As his trainer, do you feel like he should just sell off into the sunset after this monumental
well,
win?
You know what? They made it look so easy. You know what I'm saying? Got 2-3 more in him. You know what I'm saying? Train camp will try harder. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think a move to 160 would make sense?
I mean, if you want to do it, you know, it'd be a challenge. If you want to challenge yourself, yeah, I don't mind.
So, how would this fight play out? Crawford is a switch-hitting genius. He can fight orthodox or southpaw, studies his opponent's styles, breaks them down round by round, and finishes strong.
Do you think Ennis is the guy to give Crawford like trouble in there if they were ever to fight?
I think that would be a great fight. You know, the young hungry lion versus the legend. That would be a hell of a fight. Maybe 160. If it's a vacant title at 160, I think that they can make that happen for sure. I think it just has to make sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there's a vacant belt, Crawford's gonna want to be 6th division champion, and then he'll make Ennis move up to 160. I think they could do it at 160.
Boots is explosive, unpredictable, and athletic. He throws punches from unusual angles, has knockout power in both hands, and is fast enough to close the gap on anyone. Crawford's advantage is experience, IQ, and composure. Boots' advantage is youth, explosiveness, and hunger. This fight will be pure fireworks. The big question, is Crawford too old for this? He's 38, an age when most fighters are either retired or shadows of their former selves.
I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today, somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without a
It's
question.
the perfect send-off.
But Crawford isn't like most fighters. He's fresh, disciplined, and just beat Canelo, the pound-for-pound king. Still, Father Time is undefeated. If Boots is going to beat Crawford, now's the time. That's why fans are split. Some think Crawford will school him. Others think Boots will retire him. If this fight happens, it's massive. The old guard versus the new. The undefeated legend versus the young killer. The man chasing GOAT status versus the man chasing his first defining moment. If Crawford wins, he's cemented as the greatest of his era. No debate. If Boots wins, he takes the crown and becomes the face of boxing overnight. Either way, the sport wins after beating Canelo. Crawford hinted at retirement. He said he needs to sit down with his team and think. Critics like Eddie Hearn said, retire now. Protect the perfect record. Leave as the ultimate GOAT. But Crawford agreeing to fight Boots shows he's not ready to hang them up yet. He still has that fire and maybe wants one more generational win before riding off into the sunset. Some fans are calling for Crawford versus David Benavidez at 168. Another monster fight. But Crawford's camp has already said no. They want to stay put for now, get some rest, and only take the right challenges.
To fight Canelo, would you ever entertain a fight with the Mexican monster David Benavidez? But you want Canelo. But you want Canelo.
You gotta understand, like.
But I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know.
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. You know what I mean? His brother was big when I fought him. But, you know what I mean? Benavidez is a big dude. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. Like, he might be thick, you know what I mean? But he's not a big dude. You know what I mean? Like, Benavidez is like 6 foot something. You know what I mean? Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude. Like, you know what I mean?
And he's skilled, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know.
You're gonna-
I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah. So what you're saying is like, 'cause I felt that at one point when Volkanovski was champion, I had retired. I had retired, and I was like, dude, the only fight that I would really want to come back for is to fight a dude. I'm 5'4". This dude's fucking 5'6", and he's pound for pound.
Yeah.
So that's, I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size them up.
Yeah.
You just size them up, especially when you going into a bigger weight class like that. You know what I mean? You size them up and you see, your advantages and his advantages. I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I feel like, I got the better skills, boxing skills.
And let's be real, Boots feels like the perfect next chapter. He's dangerous, fresh, and already part of the Crawford versus Canelo storyline. Experts are talking, and opinions are completely divided. Some believe Crawford will school Boots just like he dismantled Errol Spence. Too smart, too sharp, too experienced. Others argue Boots is too explosive and fresh, and eventually he'll catch Crawford when age shows itself. Even fans online are split. Half want Crawford to cement his GOAT run by taking down the next big name, while the other half are convinced it's time for new blood to take over. So here we are, Terence Crawford, the man who just conquered Canelo Alvarez, now agrees to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. It's the fight nobody thought Crawford needed, and the fight everyone wants to see.
Just feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. Obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy, and Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still very much in his
If Crawford wins, his GOAT status is untouchable. If he loses, it marks the dawn of a new era with Boots in charge. Either way, boxing fans come out winners. Interview 21. So, what do you think? Should Crawford risk it all against Boots Ennis, or retire now and protect his perfect 42-0 legacy? And if the fight happens at 154 or 160, who wins? The older master or the young lion? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video.